is oh, hi everyone on YouTube. Brilliant. Um, I would like to have a look at the standing exercises, and we'll do some standing, some gentle stuff today. I think that'll work, and we can have a look at detail of the form and stuff a bit later. Let's just get ourselves get the principles of softening and good posture sorted out this morning, and hopefully nothing that's too taxing on the brain. That's the plan. Okay, great, let's go for it. Yeah, sorry for not having a backdrop. I'll get the backdrop sorted before the next class. We had a bit of a exploding cafe TM mishap that yeah. So just have your feet shoulder width apart and just very gently breathe in and breathe out. We're just going to stand and breathe for a bit, and then what I'd like to do is introduce a new exercise. So I did the replacement class service last week, and we did the form, basically first half of the form I think it was, over and over and over and over again ad nauseum, which I hope you all enjoyed. But now we're just going to go to standing. So we're just going to breathe in and breathe out. So breathe in, notice the breath as it comes in. Breathe out, notice the breath as it comes out. You're in the first third of the foot, and then you sink your hips back and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax the jaw. Relax the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists. Relax the hands. Chin tucked in, hips sinking. Breathing. And we'll just do the first of the loosening exercises. Just turn the waist of the arms. We are all breathing. Very nice. So while you're turning, notice the breath. I'll just show you that from the back. Keep breathing some more and sink the hips. Sink the hips. And from the side. So you're following the breath. So keep going. So really allow your arms to swing more. So just let your arms be swung round more. So really let the arms go. Okay, keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna pause the video and then go have a look. So keep going. And then see if I can work out a way of, see if I can give you any tips. Okay, right, tips time. So those of you on YouTube, I'm just checking out the people that are here. I'm just going to pause the video. Catch up on the people doing YouTube. We're just trying to get the arms to really move. So, and also we worked out there's two ways of doing this. You can do the head relatively still way, or you can do the scanning across the room. So this is the scanning across the room way, where you turn your head with the body. Now what's happening is my head, my nose stays, let's see, what have we got? I need a stick. Back soon. Okay, so here's my hot rod. Nose, belly button. So when I turn, see, that's better, isn't it? Okay, the other way is keeping that in line. So that's the head turning, or scanning the room version, so everything moves. And the important thing is that my nose isn't really going much past the centre line. You want to avoid that stuff. You want to, and you're using your scanning. So that's one way. And then the other way is you keep your head relatively still. It will move a bit because it's kind of stuck on the top there. And so it will move a bit, and then you just that's another way. But the important thing is, for now, just for now, we're going to do an over-exaggerated arm fling version. So, so with this one, we'll do the scanning the room version, and what we'll do is we'll just really exaggerate that arm fling. So when I used to do this thing with Master Chung, he used to do arm flingy versions of it. So just really let your arms, and as soon as you've got there, send it the other way. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. It can be, yeah, just relax a sec. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. But just for the people, for the viewers at home as well as for us, it can be quite tempting to kind of get stuck there and wait there, and then do that and wait there. What we want to do is it's like an immediate, like you're stepping on a hot, or you've got, you know, like if you're frying something, or before you, or you might accidentally touch a hot plate. You want to get, it's that kind of thing. So as soon as you've got there, you leave. As soon as you've got there, you leave. Right, try it again. We'll just do a few of these. So I was asked, does the head stay still or does the head turn with the body? And the answer is yes to both. It depends which version you're doing. I habitually prefer the head, turning and following the movement version, which is what this is. So just let the arms, keep the arms going. Yeah, that's too small. We're flinging our arms. Just, that's it. Well, I mean, it's not, obviously you lose some coherence by doing that, but just really let the shoulders go more, and you're using the body momentum to fling the arm. Fling, 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 that's it. Yeah, keep it going. Keep the fling going. That's it. So I'm noticing you're going back to default. Just we're doing something different. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, now we stop. Now just check your posture. So you're in the first third of the foot. You sink the hips back and down. Your head floats up. Your chin is tucked in. Now let's do the more sedate version, but keep that free feeling in the arms. So we try it. So I've still got this sense of freedom in my shoulder joints without having to do the full, you know, you've got to be really careful on that other version because you might have a table with a nice cup of coffee on it and then splat, you know, so it's that. But yeah, you want to free up in the shoulders. Free your shoulders. That's it. So let the arms be moved. You're moving, look, it's quite a big movement in the arms. Turn the waist. Sink the hips. Okay, let's do the basic. So keep going. Brilliant. Okay, let's have a little, we'll just do a bit of bounce and shake. Let's just start with bounce. So, and shake. So we'll leave out a couple of the movements and just stick with the ones that allow for you to really feel that the arms are doing things. So looking forward, listening behind and above. We're shaking. And we're breathing. Fantastic. Okay, so let's do this one where we just. We'll try some super slow ones. Just let the arms drop. Let the arms drop, and there's a bounce thing. Ugh. And also you want to let go in the lower back as well. So let's just try that. Feeling the feet and letting go in the lower back. So you just allow the arms just to fall down. Show you from the diagonal view. So, and you wanna do it in a very. Well, what helps if you're very calm. You just go, like you're thinking very profound thoughts about something clever. You know, yeah, that's good. Okay, now we'll pause a bit and I'll do some waffling. So what you want to do with a hand, have this nice, remember we were doing that one and we were doing the knee thing, so you've got this lovely open feeling in the hands. You want to relax the wrist, relax around the wrist and relax the whole, so there's this like space and this whole, but also you want to feel the coherence all through the arm. You want to feel this connection through the arm, so you're not moving one bit more than the others. It's kind of me moved as one sort of a connected unit thing. And then it starts here and then down, down, down. Oh, that's good. That's better. Yeah. Okay, we've got that cracked. That's fantastic. Right, let's move on from that. That was perfect. Yeah, I think it feels a lot. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite freeing, really. It makes your arms feel quite nice when you do the loosening, and you do it for ad nauseum. You feel like, oh yeah, you feel a bit like, you know, yeah. It's just really good. So what we're going to do this one, where you go forwards and back. We'll start that one quite sedate, but you want to keep them long, like you've got a big, I haven't got anything really heavy here, but like you've got a big weight, on the end of each, you're holding on. Oh yeah, I put all my shopping away, but I had 2 shopping bags, and then if you have 2 shopping bags, have a go but be careful the bag don't split, and you fling the. But if you've got something or a couple of paint pots, you can actually practice your loosening number 3 with something heavy either side. You know, you can, and it just helps you understand it a bit better. I'll do a couple of cushions. They're not heavy, but you get the idea of holding something. Oh, that sort of almost works. Holding something heavy, and you use the waist to yeah, I've got a couple of exercise. Oh, I know. I've got a couple of weights here. Look, these are 3 kilogram weights. So you have your 3 kilogram weights, and I'm holding them very lightly, and then I'm doing that. You see. So if you want to try something, like if you've got a couple of tins or something, we can try that at home. And look, so I'm turning my waist, and don't have anything too heavy, just have something that's slightly heavy that you can practice, and you'll find that the arms are just lengthening. It changes that, and you want to sink your hips. So your first third, sink the hips. So Mark Peters in Birmingham, and I think me and Amy are I'll tell you about it. He's doing a workshop, an afternoon workshop, 2 o'clock till 5 on the 10th of June in something. I think we're both going to it. So I'll be hanging, hopefully, I'll hang round Amy's. We do it together in her because she's got a nice big lounge. 10th of June. I'll ask Mark for the details and I'll pass it on. But he uses a lot of weights for things. He uses weights for certain things to try and you just do that. So if you have a look, as the arm goes back, the arm goes forward. So that helps describe it. I'll put these down because that's what. So you don't want anything too heavy. A 1 kilogram weight would do, or a 0.5 kilogram weight. Brilliant. Yeah, keep trying. How are you finding it with the weight? I'll just pause. How are you finding it with the weight in the arm?
Beneficial.
Yeah, it is.
So that I'm not engaging these muscles too much, I've been holding it like that while I've been doing.
Yeah, so you want to have it long. So have you got a couple of tins or something you could hold in your hand, Amy, when you try, so you can have a go at it? Or something, or an orange. Have you got a couple of oranges or something you can put in your hand? I'll pause the recording. So I found some smaller weights, but before that I got asked about how to get the knees in line with the toes. So what I do is I sink my hips and then I check. I use my kinesthetic awareness to check that my knees feel as though they're in line. And then the other thing is you actually look at them and go, yeah. We'll come back to that in a minute. What I'll do is I'll also show you the exercise I've done with Evoca Scuba, which is a really good one for making sure your knees stay in line with the toes. But what Mike said the other day, because I think I might have asked a similar thing than you did about, you know, you've got the knees in line with the toes, how do you actually do it? He said if you sink your hips correctly enough, really sink the hips, the knees automatically end up in line with the toes. But another way of doing it is by rotating in the hip. So I push down with the feet, rotating the hip to get the knees in line with the toes. There's probably other versions. I'm hopefully seeing Carell tomorrow. I'm at a seminar in Bristol, so hopefully I can ask him. We're celebrating the crown by doing lots of Tai Chi. So, coronation Tai Chi, fantastic! What a great idea! We're celebrating by practicing. So I'll ask him if he's got any tips on knees in line with the toes. So we'll come back to that weight one. But what we'll do at the moment is if you turn your foot out and then have a very generous bow and arrow stance. So I will show that from the side view. So let me just show you what I just did. I sink down, I turn my foot out, I step heel toe. And then what you do is if you get a sofa, put a sofa that side to stop the knee coming in. So you sink back and turn, or you can get someone to actually hold your knee. You know, you might have a very friendly neighbour go, I must practice my Tai Chi exercise. I need, and then the knee stays still. Or you can do it yourself. Let's see. So if I haven't got a thing, I can use my drumstick. Keep that there. And then that keeps it. That's one way of doing it. If you've got a stick or a broom handle, that would do. Have we got a broom here? Yeah, we've got a broom here. Got my broom. I put the broomstick against my knee. You can put that on the floor if that helps. Wedge it against the floor. And then that will, oh sorry, I'll get in the, yeah, I'll get a backdrop for the next class. And then that will, so with Eva, we spent ages doing that. Just sinking back and turning, keeping it where it is. Well, you can just place your hand there and you can feel, if it comes in, you can feel it because it will move your hand. If your hand stays still, that tells you you've not moved that leg. And I went to see Eva a few years ago for a private Tai Chi lesson. We spent most of the hour I had with her doing this exercise actually. My legs really felt quite murdered. It was really good. But it just, and you also want to really feel that sensation of contact through the feet. So feeling the weight transfer, turn, transfer the weight and turn. And this knee is pretty much, it's only moving forward and back and there's no lateral movement. So the other good way of doing it is if you have a, I'll just use this, pretend this piano stool is a sofa. So this, do the other side. So I step like this and I've lined my, see I've lined my knee up with it. So now the knee's not moving. So for the first while, and then once you did it, I spent probably the best part of a year doing at least 2 or 3 times a week sofa exercise, sofa size, just to make sure the knee didn't, this front knee didn't go out of line. And then yeah, so what you want to do is keep the leg where it is, and oh, when you're doing that, if you rotate the hips outwards, rotate the hip outwards a bit, or think of the hip rotating out to keep the knee in line. But it's actually quite good. This gives you some biofeedback. Just and it will tell. And then after a while, you find that the knee doesn't move. But that was a year of work, and then every now and then I'll remember the exercises. And just practice, because there's always room for, you can still be moving them like slightly, and then just by, so yeah, to keep the, yeah, just relax, to keep the knees in line with the toes. It's an awareness exercise, I think. And also a relaxation exercise. The more relaxed you are, and relaxed, I don't mean relaxed as in bag of chips and the sofa kind of relaxed. It's a sort of, it's an alert relax called sung, which translates from the Chinese as relaxed, but it's not relaxed because there's relaxed with a little bit of bite, you know. So by being calming the mind, you notice a lot more, and you'll notice when the knees are out of line. So what do we say? Yeah, sink the hips properly, get your posture proper. Your knees will be in line, and then the other way is to rotate the hip, rotate in that hip joint. So you've got your head, neck, and femur, and then that will put your knees in line. And then once you've done that, you want to relax again and not get too hard about it. It's this sort of soft focus of attention, so you gently ease yourself in the correct posture. Okay, yeah. Any more? Does that answer your question? I don't know if I have. It does. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, what I'll do is I'll ask the bigwigs about it, because they know a lot more, especially like people like Carell. He studies biomechanics. He bothers professors of biomechanics and asks them questions about, and what happens when you do this, and this. Very, very. What we were doing was looking at exercises that help keep the knee, when you're sinking back, still. So I said you could use a drumstick and put it there, and then when you sink back and turn, if you feel the drumstick moving, it tells you you've moved your knee. If the drumstick stays still, it means you haven't moved the knee. So just little tips on how to get there quicker. And then also if you put a sofa, you line yourself, you put a sofa or something, and you put your knee against the sofa, and then your knee stops coming in. Right, let's go back to the weights thing. Oh, it's going to be one of those sorts of classes, isn't it, where we don't do anything. So if we start here like this, now feel your weights in your hands and sink down and just relax. So get yourself in the first third of the foot, sink back and down. And lengthen through the spine, so the chin tucks in, so really get the posture just so, and then turn the waist and just allow the arms to be moved forwards and back. And you want to let go in the shoulders, let go in the shoulders. That's better. So I think probably let's do the head still version, this might work better. So keep your head forward, I'll just show you that from the side view. So we're doing this, and there's a bounce, there's a bounce. We're all breathing. So use the waist to turn the arm, use the waist. That's it. I keep the arms relatively, if you look at where my arms are in relation to the body, it's quite low. It's quite low. You don't want to go too high. That's going to murder your arms. So keep the arms relatively not moving a right lot. Yeah, because you're feeling the weight. Allow the weight to move your arms. So you want to let go in the shoulders. Okay, that's not bad. Let's put one down. Put one weight down. And then place one hand on the tummy. And then we're just going to go. So you don't want to turn too much. I'm just turning slightly. I'm not even going fully towards the corner. I'm going slightly towards the corner so the arms move forwards and back. Okay, we won't spend too long doing that because it murders your arm. Try it the other side. Forwards and back, forwards and back. That's better. Now do both so we're not lopsided. Fantastic. Great. Okay. Put the weight. Oh, that's really hard work, isn't it? Now try it without the weights. See what that. Ooh. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? It's quite nice. So just feel that. Can you? It's working better, isn't it? Yeah. That's it. So think more about the backswing. So turn your waist. Turn the waist, turn the waist. Okay, just because, oh my goodness, shake it out. Right, here's a new one. It's one I did at the weekend. I spent the weekend in the New Forest, and it was absolutely delightful. It was really, really good. So just feel the feet, breathing in and out, and then we're just going to go. So what you do is you have the arms, and then you go forwards. And then you go to the side, and then you go up. So you want to keep a lengthening. You're not flopping the head round. Think of it as a curved, like a leaf with a curve in. So you go, just let the arm hang. Come forward, let me show you from the side. So you come forward slightly, then you go to the side, and then you go up. And then you go to the side, and you go like this. And go very, very slowly. So just notice your breath. Keep going. So you go down, down, forward, down, back. And really, really, really slowly. So at one point here, both arms are forward, and I'm lengthening through the spine. Then I go like this. I go like this. So the head's staying, I'm lengthening through the head. And then the other thing is you can move the hips out to the side a bit. Move the hips to the side, move the hips forward, move the hips to the side, move the hips back. So this is the version I did on hips to the side, forward, hips to the side, back. So apparently you're supposed to do each side 300 times. I can't count that much, so I'm just doing it for maybe a couple of minutes, and it's quite a nice one. It helps release the spine, but you have to really watch how you're doing it. You have to watch how you're doing it. We got the video afterwards, so you can look. And I personally find it's quite nice for helping loosen up the spine a bit. Okay, when you've finished the round you're on, come back to the middle. And then we're going to do it the other side, but start slow and start small. So I start quite small. And then just allow the momentum to gently build. And we're not flopping our head around, the head's still attached. So you can do, the wrong version is to flippy floppify your head and kind of do that. That's not good. You want to keep it all as one. Think of it as a flexible rod, like a flexible stick that's connected. And then once it starts building, then you can do a little bit extra movement in the hips. So the hips go back, the hips go to the side, the hips go forward. And you're counterbalancing, oh that was it, you're counterbalancing the hips with the shoulders. You're counterbalancing the hips with the shoulders. So this was from one of my friends, Shunya, who taught this exercise at the weekend. And we're all breathing. So you want to keep, you don't want to flop and give up. You want to keep like we were talking about this thing of song. There's still a little bit of structure. Maintain your structure. And come back. So you can see why it's a good idea to do it nice and slowly. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to this one. Just see how that. So turn the waist. So turn the waist. Just allow the arms to move. Allow your arms to move and turn your waist. In fact, pick up your weights. Let's try it with the weights. Just for, be careful though. Just see what. So I'd go easy. So you can do the whole of the form actually with a weight in each hand, but we'll build up to that. So if you notice with the turning the waist, because you've got a weight in each arm, the arms move a bit more. So free up the shoulders more. And we're breathing. Excellent. So yeah, I did wave hands like clouds with weights, but goodness me, that was hard work. Try it. We won't do it too long because it's like cool. It's like going to the gym. Okay, put it down. Whew. Right. Wow. But that helps with your punching actually. You can also do your punching, you know, jab, cross, hook with the weights as well. That's quite. Okay, let's do just for the last 5 minutes and down. We'll do this. Wild goose, part the clouds, and then wave hands like clouds. So if you want to do the first half of the form, if you look at last week's video, we did the first half of the form like, was it 6 times? Something like that. It was ridiculous. Lots and lots and lots of times. So that feels quite good now. We've done all the weights thing, and that feels like my body's in place. So yeah, when you are using the weights, because I asked Mark about it, don't do it for hours or you'll murder your arms. Just do it for a few minutes here and there, and then put them down. And you have to build up your tolerance. You have to build up your resilience to it and your strength. But weights is good for your bone density. It's good for getting better bone density because you're bone loading by using weights. But you just have to be very careful. So, like Barry says, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. Be respectful to your own body. You know. And then we do wild goose flies. Lovely. So when you're doing the wild goose, just go to here, not too far. Just keep the lengthening, keep the arms lengthened. That's it. Just for now. There are other ways of doing it, and they're all perfectly valid. When the professor does it, he bends his arms a lot, but we're doing more akin to the Mike Tabret version of things, which. Okay, let's do part the clouds. That's great. We'll just keep going. That took a lot longer than planned. Sorry about that. But it's all useful stuff. Bone loading. Very good for bone density. Very good for not breaking your bones. It makes them nice and strong. Fantastic. And it doesn't give you like, you know, it won't make you look like sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger or nothing. It will give you this nice. It does help with your muscle tone, but it doesn't, you know, turn you into a hench person. You know, it's all useful, movable muscle, quite thin. So let's do. We'll just go into wave hands like clouds. So we just. Yeah, just because it's worth doing the wave hands like clouds. So you can put your hand there, you can put your hand by the side, you can put your hand there to feel the monitoring of the opening and closing of the hip joint. So remember the chin's tucked in and you're turning your head with, oh, this is like when you're doing this version. How interesting, when you're doing this version of the loosening. So you're moving your head with the body. Brilliant, that was so good. We'll do the other side. So we're also, you want to be nice and calm. So really calm the mind. Calm the mind. So there's still stuff going on in your brain, but it's not bothering you. You're not being bothered by it. You ain't bothered. I ain't bothered. Bothered I ain't. Yeah, so, so you didn't know they did Tai Chi? So there we go, and there we are, look at that. So try it like that. Get your structure, and then you test your structure by going, oh, I'll have a little test. I'll pick up my weights. And then you find that that's really hard work. So you want the elbow below the shoulder, elbow below the shoulder, elbow below the wrist. Okay, that's enough of that, because that feels like it gets a bit boot camp. If you do it too long, it's a bit boot camp, isn't it? It's just to give you the, oh, isn't this easy? Oh, that's so lovely and light and wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to do it for long before you get the point. So, and then we'll just do a bit of, and then that, we'll just do a little bit of walking. So we did move around, do a bit of Tai Chi. Okay, and then we'll just go even slower, really slow, really slow. And then part the wild horse's mane as a swinging exercise. Imagine it's like a form of a loosening exercise. 4, 5, 6, swing, swing. So feel the waist turn, 7 and 8. Okay, and then super slow-mo. So now slower. 1, 2, 3, and last one, 4. Yeah, sorry we didn't get a chance to do too much of the form, but this is important stuff. And we've got stronger bones, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay. We'll do 3 of these, polish the face, and then we'll do embrace the tiger. 2. So calm in the mind, regulate the breathing, it's also called. 3. And then rub the hands together, polish the face. And rub the hands together again. And give the lower back a rub. And then embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. One more time. So yeah, these things aren't set in stone. The principles are set in stone, but it just allows a lot of flexibility for interpretation. So we're just going to stand for a moment, really feel good posture, nice and calm, just allow yourself to relax. And make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together and bow. Ooh, well done, fantastic. I'll stop the video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, thank you.